Hello everyone, welcome back to Dead Cells. I still can't... It still surprises me just how bare our bottle room is, considering like how little was actually accomplished before... I can't remember. Okay, now that pause is out of the way, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, we unlocked an unbelievably small number of items before we accomplished just beating the entire game. And I can't really tell you why that happened, except for that I just got better than when I started, I guess. I think your slam attack damage is... It's either based on brutality, or it's based on your melee weapon. Not 100% certain, though I do know that any brutality mutations that you get apply to your slam attack. Okay. What? Oh, duh. So... The next best place to go to... Oh, I parried that. The next best place to go to would be the, Forbidden or Forgotten Sepulchre? Whichever one it is, we want to go there. Because there's another rune that we can get there that makes exploration much, much easier. Which is the newly added Explorer rune. The damage you take is inflicted upon the enemy. Yeah, that one's pretty good. It's usually a good idea to get a necklace if you don't already have one. This one's not opening. Getting closer and closer to that health flask 3. What modifiers did we get? Could be better, but oh well. We are going to get whoops, not that. Combo. It's a really good one to just have if you're using melee. I mean, you should always be using melee, but for example, some of your tactics mutations, it's really hard for me to get thoughts out. Because my brain automatically focuses on the game more than my talking. And so it's hard for me to keep speaking and play at the same time. Because I don't really get worse at the game, I just get worse at talking. Whereas most commentators are the opposite. It's a very interesting predicament to have. But anyway, I've already forgotten what I was talking about beforehand. Part of me doesn't really want to move on to using boss cells yet. Because that'll make unlocking things very difficult. And I don't even have the specialist showroom yet to make that easier. Just sell that baguette. Because the specialist showroom is an area that spawns In the prisoners' quarters? Okay. Research notebook. It's becoming increasingly difficult to collect mold samples in these sewers. There are too many revenants. Mushrooms collected from all over the sewers. It'll get really hard to get blueprints that are otherwise available in normal mode if we move on to hard mode with the boss stem cells. And unlocking blueprints gives us variety to our runs. Because otherwise we just end up seeing the same items over and over and over again, and that's no fun. Okay, I need to heal now. Also, I was overestimating the power of necromancy. That's not what was helping me gain health back from enemies most of the time. It's a mechanic. I can't remember the name of the mechanic. But basically, when you take damage, part of your health turns orange, and while that's going down, you have the opportunity to get that health back. Nope. I had to step away again. I've forgotten my train of thought. Hey look, another fire grenade. They also made it to where you can't dual wield any items. If you come across a duplicate of an item, it asks you if you want to replace it. It asks you if you want to replace your existing one with the new one. You don't have the option to equipping it in a second slot. And which is fair enough. Being able to dual wield any item's kind of crazy. The symmetrical lance is very good. But it rewards you for getting consecutive kills. And it's hard to do that with the lance itself because it's so slow. There is a mutation. I'm getting back to the thought I was on. There's a mutation that you get from the Timekeeper that allows you to it like triples the duration of your speed buff that you get for defeating enemies. And that's really useful with the symmetrical lance because it gets critical hits for killing enemies consecutively to simplify how it works. In reality, it works by getting 2 kills recently. Oh, sweet. This one's a really good one. So now we just burn the ground by moving. So yeah, it rewards you for being quick. It's not as rewarding with that as, say, the Swift Sword. Oh my gosh, that hurt. Another reason why I like the symmetrical lance so much is because The second hit is a swing. I'll keep this one. And it hits behind you as well as in front of. Tight passage. The hole in this wall is extremely small. Except for maybe a child. I can't remember if there's anything here or if this is just a secret lore room. Oh, there's this. Dusty old bag that someone left here a long time ago. Oh yeah, I could use that. The having a higher tier flask is absolutely necessary. Ah, frick. You have to have higher level flask to take on the harder difficulty modes for two reasons. For one, your flask reduces your malaise by like 5 points whenever you drink from it. And that's important starting at, I think it's 4 boss cells when every enemy starts applying points of malaise. So that's pretty important. I have no other ability, so it's probably best to get one. Wow, all that way for nothing. I mean, yeah, we got something out of it, but was it really worth the trip? Ah, crap. So yeah, and also hard mode, so 1 boss stem cell. It gives you... It removes half of the health fountains, so the things that refill your flask and heal you outright. Half of those go bye-bye, replaced with just a single charge for your flask, which could be worse. But it basically means that all you have for healing for the entire run is just the flask. Gosh, I hate tentacles. Why can't they just sprout out of the ground instead of doing that rush crap? Burn! Yeah, I really didn't want to slam down, but it happened. Ah, crap. Oh well, I'm not going back in after it. Yep. Now, if I could have rolled again, I could have completely negated that damage, but oh well. You need to have a bit of momentum to actually run up walls. And you can't do it indefinitely. I'll take that over the infantry grenade. The infantry grenade's not really bad, but I don't like it very much. Just because it's not very strong. It has a short cooldown, which can be nice. just because it means you get a lot of use out of it, especially with Hunter or Killer Instinct. Or the parry one, though that one doesn't see near as much use. Whew, I am wounded. You gonna rush me, Tentacle? No, just run away. Gosh darn spikers. Well, that's just gonna be a flat out replacement, so I'm going to take it no matter what. Oh, sweet. I canceled my slam into a roll. I didn't even know you could do that. Knowing how to move in this game is fantastic. And amazing fun. Okay, how many areas did we miss? None, basically. There's like one spot, and there might be scrolls, so I'm gonna go to it. Remember, always grab the money in the cells. And then none of this is an upgrade. No, no, wait, I'm mistaken. Well, it's not an upgrade, I wasn't wrong. I'd really like to unlock some of the other outfits. Like, I really like the one for the Hand of the King, but that'll require us to defeat him again. And that's easier said than done. No, I'll keep what I've got. So, I like his best, but you have to get the blueprint and then invest cells in it. So you have to defeat them. Awesome. Before we invest in anything else, we need the specialist showroom. Yeah, that works. Burns enemies blocked with parry. Victims burn when they die. Trap spreads inflammable. Actually, this is a really good combination of modifiers. That should count for these. Yes, it does. The game is a lot more apparent now with this recent update what buffs and debuffs that you have. Well, more buffs. It's just that the, like, plus 100% damage to enemies and plus 100% damage to yourself is also a debuff. And now he's stuck, and he takes increased damage. He doesn't like that very much and immediately calls tentacles whenever you do it, though. That's right, burn. Gonna charge me? No, you're gonna damage Aura. This is like the one fight that I think if I was actually focusing hard enough, I could probably beat it without getting hit. Gotcha, sucker. Burn! One more tentacle phase. Another thing is that he can't initiate, well, I didn't think he could initiate tentacle phases when he was trapped in a trap. Ow! Frick, that hurt. Now's the time to heal. Ugh, this is insane. Another nice thing is that this phase does deal damage to him. There we go. So the second victory usually unlocks, yeah, their outfit. Let's see. Nope, still not an upgrade, surprisingly. What can you do? Nothing that I want, that's what. Oh yeah, that's right, this leads to the graveyard, which is actually somewhere that we very much want to go. This is like an intermediate area. It's not along any of the traditional paths, so it doesn't replace any paths. What are we rocking? Burn the ground when we run, damage projectiles, get gold as well as sell. I don't really want any of these, so I'll just take the money, I guess. As per usual, we're giving all of our boss cells to the blacksmith. Oh yeah, we've gotten the outfits from the concierge and the timekeeper. Just love the fact that we set fire to everything right now. So this place is very different. It's got a sprawling underground area, but before we can go into that, we have to find a key. And then in the underground area, there is the dead center of the island. In the underground area, there is a key that unlocks something at the end of the area. I really need to be more careful. It's also got these annoying enemies in it. I hate them very much. Open this up. Chests have a very low chance of containing a swarm of enemies. I really don't like that fact. Oh, sweet. You know, I think that's actually the blueprint that I'm missing on my other file. Because there's an item called the Hunter's Mirror that you can unlock after the showroom. And basically it tells you what enemies have blueprints that you can currently obtain. And I have that enemy in the mirror. Whoops. Upgrade? Technically, yes. So this causes enemies to freeze other nearby enemies when they die, which is funny because it's a fire grenade. But modifiers don't traditionally make sense, so oh well. gosh, that hurt. Holy cow. Well, that croissant would have been useful a little bit earlier. Ow, why am I so freaking stupid? Times like this when I really wish I had the Great Owl of War. An absolutely fantastic ability. Though very hard to use if you're not good. Because basically how it works is, if you take damage, the owl goes away, but so long as you don't, you have pretty much an airborne turret at your disposal for all eternity. I really can't figure out why sometimes I do a really good job and I can get through this game like a breeze, and why other times I take immense amounts of damage and seemingly suck very much. Well, I am out of potion, and that is very bad. I'm not making it out of this place alive, am I? So now we have to scour the edges of the area for a breakable rune. Ugh, gosh, I hate those things. Because it will contain a key. I was avoiding getting survival because it doesn't serve very much purpose, because only one of our items benefits from survival. Frick, no! No! Ah! Oh, gosh darn it. Well, that's that run called to a halt. I'm holding B. Skip the cutscene. But we do have the 3 charges potion now. I'm gonna hold off on doing boss stem cells for at least until I defeat the Hand of the King again. After that, oh wait, what? Oh, I thought there was an interactable that wasn't the whip for a second. After I beat the Hand of the King again, then I'll probably go for the boss stem cells. But I mean, just look at all of the empty bottles. It makes me sad. Well, that's gonna call it for this episode of Dead Cells. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.